Alright guys, this is going to be a little bit more of a talking one in the beginning, so bear with me here. Exactly 1 year ago today, I started making Dokkan content. My first video was this. The Year 7 gods are too old for the Dismal Future Red Zone. It was the beginning of my Dismal Future Red Zone 200% category leader challenge, which ended with Beast Gohan around 6 months later. And I will say it is still probably the most popular series I've had on the channel. Now you understand, this is when I started doing Dokkan, and this is when my channel actually popped off. Before that, I did intermittent Hunger Star Rail content, where I got maybe max 200-ish subscribers, if that. This video and the next two propelled me all the way to over 1,000, as well as being monetized. It was crazy, it was wow, it was a part of a dream come true. And it's very crazy to me that since then I have been focusing pretty much only on Dokkan content. We've got a very nice and wonderful Discord community and a very nice BlueJink community. If you want to be a part of that, Discord link down below. But I figured 1 year is quite a thing. 1 whole year of uploading lots and lots of videos and going through lots and lots of challenges, and I figured we could do something special for this. So I am going to watch the first video I did here, this Dismal Future Red Zone 200% category leader challenge with the Tech Gods. After that, we are going to do the same exact challenge again. We're going to run the Tech Gods in the Dismal Future Red Zone, the same exact rules we have for this video, but obviously with a whole year's worth of new units, and see what we could do. I also figure we could look at some comments as well, but that's basically what we're going to do for the first part of this video before we actually try the challenge again. So stick around for that. Other than that, I just want to give a big thank you to all of you out there. I know there are actually surprisingly a lot of people that are still in the community that joined on this video, where they saw this video, they subscribed, and they've been here ever since, which is super, 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 super cool. So if you're one of those, extra big thank you. But if you're, just a subscriber before, overall, just a thank you. 1 whole year. And it's very convenient here because I'm not going to get into the video here when we do it, but the reason why I made this challenge was because, well, I did on the Dismal Future Red Zone because that was the only difficult fight we had on global since the worldwide celebration. And I believe I did this video the night that the 9th Annie Part 1 units were revealed, and I was like, dude, global has never been more in the mud. We're just getting L releases after L releases because this is coming off of 2023 Dokkan. So we are just getting trash and garbage. The 9th Annie, stuff is just revealed. We know they're getting more difficult stages. They got Gogeta, they got Broly. It looks awesome. And then we're sitting here with the Dismal Future Red Zone still. So I was like, I literally did it for global players. Hey guys, global sucks. Let's go through one of the worst events, one of people's least favorite events to go through it. And I mean, enough people liked it, so I can't complain. And I still feel like it was a pretty good idea and it was very fun. And like I said, it's definitely still my most watched and most talked about challenge, and probably the one most people know me for, which is definitely pretty cool. Now let's actually watch the video. We're not going to sit here and watch all of it. I'll edit around any interesting bits, but I'm just very curious to take a look at it again because it's been a very long time. All right, here we go. Here is the thumbnail. So this is what I thought would be really funny. So here's exactly why my thumbnails are the way they are. As you can see, this was drawn. I drew this in some free website, Photoshop-esque website that's free with just my mouse and keyboard. And my main goal here was, so I was like, okay, I can make a thumbnail everyone else makes, right? I could go ahead, I could grab some Dokkan assets, put them on a thing, throw some text on there, yada, 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 call it a day. A couple things. Number one, I do not like text on thumbnails generally. I don't like just slapping text on there. I don't like to look at videos that have it, and I don't really like to have them on there. Sometimes text works, but generally I'm not like, I'm more against text than for it. So I was like, well, I don't want to do that because I don't want to throw text on the thing. And then I was like, I don't know how to find good Dokkan assets. That was the other thing. I was like, I don't know how to find, really good cut PNGs of stuff. And I don't know how to make all the flashy effects. I don't know how to do that. And I was like, what if I just replicate? There's this one YouTuber that I really like, actually, who I watched back when I played League of Legends. So I'm gonna pull up their channel super duper quick so you could see what their thumbnails look like, because that was the kind of vibe I wanted to emulate here. All right, here's the YouTube channel. It is Pianta. Now, as I was saying, I was able to pull them up here too. I haven't actually watched them in a while because I don't really play League of Legends anymore, and it might not even been on this YouTube channel. But what they do is they have just these very poorly drawn thumbnails here. Telly just drew himself. They're very poorly done. I thought that was funny, and I wanted to get the same vibe. Not the exact same thing, obviously, but I wanted the same vibe, which is why I made this poorly drawn art for this guy. I put the question marks on there. I was very worried. I was like, are people gonna understand that I did it badly on purpose? I don't know. But at the end of the day, I guess people liked it enough to click on it, which is the main thing, which kind of sent me to do the very exact same thing when I did the Super Saiyan 4's thumbnail. But then the Ginyu one was where we went down the rabbit hole, because I did a One Piece manga panel for that, a very famous one, part of what do they call it, agenda piece, because it was let me just pull that one up. Here goes this one. This one put me down the rabbit hole of doing manga thumbnails, manga panels. This one was obviously not meant to be. I mean, I was kind of stuck for a while of like, I don't want to take more than 20 minutes on a thumbnail. I want to do it super quickly. Don't take more than 20 minutes so that it's still drawn poorly. So that was my main goal. That's very much changed now. But here's the thing, I'm not like a fantastic artist. I don't know how to do a lot of the things that make stuff look good, and I don't have enough time, because generally I go to work, I come home, I record a video, I edit a video, I make the thumbnail for the video while still having to have dinner, take care of my dogs, any other stuff I need to do around the house, you know, whatever. I don't necessarily have full time to be able to do it, so I'm like, I gotta do quick on the thumbnail, I gotta do quick on, you know, a lot of this stuff. And that's still relatively true, even if I do take longer on thumbnails now than I did before. But this one sent me down this is still my most viewed video of all time, is this Ginyu Force one. It has a great title, great thumbnail, doesn't really surprise me. Anyways, that was just a quick little breakdown on here since I've taken a look at it. But yeah, the Year 7 gods are tools for the Dismal Future Red Zone. 138 likes, 137 if you don't count my own like. 5.8 thousand views, and then a couple comments here. I kind of want to take a look at the comments before we get too much into this. Oh, yep, you can see it right here. Anniversary Part 1 was shown off last night. Are you beyond hyped? It was literally showed off last night. Gogeta's. Okay, interesting. Oh, very interesting comments. Wow, we got Kerbo. This is an OG. They still comment on videos and come into streams and stuff. Yeah, that's probably yep, that's kind of the only face I recognize here. Very interesting. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Talking about the Year 7 EZAs for 10th anniversary. Oh man, that alone might make 10th anniversary the best anniversary. Does he know that we are going to get so much more? Yeah, not too many interesting comments, but let's just get into actually watching this thing here and editing around any of the not so interesting bits here.
The Dismal Future Red Zone, the hardest red zone to date and one of the hardest events to run each stage.
I'm gonna pause already. This intro is kind of classic. I still have some people reference it to me. I kept this for a very long time before I changed it just a little bit. Obviously a much older mic. I think I was using this mic here, which is literally my plug-in mic for my headset. So see my headset mic and all that. Oh, it's too funny. Oh man, a lot more edited intros. I don't really do this as much anymore because I hate editing.
Back to back. It is talked about in the community for its lackluster design, with 4 out of the 5 fights being very similar, and the last stage being the most difficult currently in the game due to unfair mechanics. But we aren't here for a deep dive, we are here for the Dismal Future Red Zone 200% Category Leader Challenge. Name currently pending. In this challenge, we will be taking...
Oh man, I must have been the second instance, because I'll still say the Dismal Future Red Zone 200% Category Leader Challenge. I think that was in the second iteration of this, but it's fun nonetheless.
Be Dokkan Fest or Carnival LRs and running them straight through the red zone with some special rules. Number 1, we must run a double lead of the featured characters in all of the stages. Number 2, the team must contain characters that are under at least a 170% lead. Number 3, if we lose a fight, we get 1 retry, but we have to restart at the stage prior. And finally, number 4, it must be a no item run. No items and no support memories. Can we clear this challenge? I mean, I really hope at least some of these leaders can. I mean, come on, man. All right,
there we go. That was okay. Sure. Okay, I don't want to really go over too much of the actual run. I kind of want to see how far they got, because I don't 100% remember, and I wanted to go over the intro because that one's so classic. And one thing I should mention is that this one does actually have the rules for this one was we go back a stage if we lose, so we get 1 more retry and we have to go back. I did end up abandoning that pretty fast into it. I think I only got 3 or 4 in before I had some comments of people saying it really broke the pacing, so I got rid of it there. Also, very different audio for the actual video compared to the intro. So I did have not only a headset mic, but I did also I did have a headset mic, but I did also have a I did have a much crappier mic than I have now. Right now I have a Shure MV7 microphone that's pretty good, but I had like an incredibly like $20 mic that I had. I don't know which one is which, but let's just listen to this crispy audio here for a second.
I did not say this in the opening part, but I am going to be doing these videos in chronological order of the release of the characters on like the JP sets, so like their actual time they released. So we are going to be starting with the year 7.
Yeah, that's that's pretty interesting. I don't know which one this was. This one might have been the headset mic, and the other one was the other one. But yeah, year 7 guys. I did them in chronological order. I had so many comments asking me, "Can you do this character next? Can you do this character next?" No, we do it in chronological order. All right, so it looks to me like they managed to get through stage 1, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Perfect, good. So we went through stage 1, I'm pretty sure, and then we went to Cell. I think we lost against Goku Black. Yeah, we lost against Goku Black. Went back to Cell. Did we beat Cell again? Looks like we lost against Cell. So we ended up going to Goku Black, losing Goku Black, going back on stage, going to Cell. So one thing I want to comment on is the team and how different this team is going to look when we do it now. Like, so different. First of all, running Orange Piccolo. Oh god, the STR Piccolo. Not that they're like bad or anything. The movie trio, obviously great character for these fights. I'm not gonna pretend that they aren't. They were the most recently released character, but kind of interesting to see movie hero Power Beyond Super Saiyan was not the best category 1 year ago. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. We've gotten so many more movie hero characters, so many more Power Beyond Super Saiyan characters. I mean, this is kind of a sad lineup, and I do kind of know that this is probably the best we can get. I'm gonna be honest. What team were we running here? Yeah, we were running Ultimate Gohan. Still a 2022 character in a mid 2023 fight. Pant, yeah. Definitely the category could have been better at this time, for sure. All right, but that was just a quick look at it. We had 31 minutes of glory here, and it was a fun time. It continues to be a good time. 1 whole year, 1 trip around the Dokkan Battle Sun. Too much fun. Let us redo this challenge.
The Dismal Future Red Zone. The hardest red zone to date and one of the hardest events to run each stage back to back. It is talked about in the community for its lackluster design, with 4 out of the 5 fights being very similar, and the last stage being the most difficult currently in the game due to unfair mechanics. But we aren't here for a deep dive, we are here for the Dismal Future Red Zone 200% Category Leader Challenge! Name currently pending. In this challenge, we will be taking every 200% leader in the game, whether it be Dokkan Fest or Carnival LRs, and running them straight through the red zone with some special rules. Number 1, we must run a double lead of the featured characters in all of the stages. Number 2, the team must contain characters that are under at least a 170% lead. Number 3, if we lose a fight, we get 1 retry, but we have to restart at the stage prior. And finally, number 4, it must be a no item run. No items and no support memories. Can we clear this challenge? I mean, I really hope at least some of these leaders can. I mean, come on, man.
What a great thing to see there. Now, nothing quite as good as see the tech gods do their stuff. Now, I got the same old banner we used to have. We got all this stuff going on here. Very fun, very cool. So, very different team. I'm just going to say it right now. Quite a glow up this team had. One funny type thing is here we're still running Tech Vegito, but even post EZA, he's actually much better than he was previously, funnily enough. Now, our main goal here is just to breeze through it. There's no other restrictions. We're doing the same exact challenge as before. If we do manage to die on one of these stages, we will go back one. we'll see if we could get even farther this time around. Hopefully we do. Hopefully it's an easy clear for us. That's the hope. For me personally, now I actually don't usually do the webcam too often on the actual challenge videos, but I figure since it's a very special video here, you know, one whole year, I figure let's have the webcam on. Why not just for fun? Let's put on the webcam. My hair in the back, I actually made the mistake of laying down in my bed earlier, so my hair got kind of messed up there. It is what it is. It is what it is. As you can see, my bed doesn't usually look like that. Okay, it's the day. It's Monday for me, which means I clean my my bed sheets and my comforter and my pillowcase. All right, so don't think that's how it be all the time. All right, now, I mean, do I even need to pretend like we have a team that's even virtually doing anything here? The tech gods. Very interesting character for sure. So in case you forgot, maybe we should have went over their kit. Actually, how about we take a look at their kit while we go through this first stage? Because I'm being 100% honest with you, I don't think there's anything that's going to be coming out of this fight here that's going to be threatening us at any moment. Do we think Beast Gohan's getting hurt by the super? Because I'm pretty sure we're going to be fine. Even taking 12k is actually kind of a little interesting for Beast Gohan here. One thing to remember, I mean, so this was the very first 200% leaders for these guys. So he leads Powerbound Super Saiyan and Movie Heroes 170 with only 30% the Kamehameha. So that is one thing to realize, I guess. Not that that was very much damage or anything, but it's a little interesting to see him take even damage post super like that. All right, let me pull up the gods here. We will not do a similar video for the Super Saiyan 4s. Maybe if I did the Super Saiyan 4s first, we would have, but we didn't, so I didn't here. All right, let us switch this over. Will this just do exactly what I want it to do here? Close enough. Let's turn my webcam back on at least. All right, good enough for me, good enough for me. All right, so Powerbound Super Saiyan Movie Heroes 170 with extra 30% to Kamehameha, like I said. They do stack both attack and defense on their 18 key and 12 key super. So when they do Easy A, we're looking for that to be a little bit crazier, I think. Hopefully they get greatly stacking on both 18 key and 12 key. Although part of me thinks they're going to be pretty busted and we're probably only going to get greatly stacking on the 18 key and keep this relatively the same. Maybe they'll get something extra. I mean, I don't know. At the same time, it's like if there's any time to go off, maybe it's now. I don't think they're going to do massively on any of these just because, like, then they might never age if they're stacking too high. Debatable, but I could also see one of them maybe prioritizing attack and then maybe the Super Saiyan 4s prioritize defense or vice versa. Or maybe they have one do massively raise defense, the other one massively raise attack. Super Saiyan 4s or whichever one, vice versa, massively raise attack, massively raise defense, like that. So they do have the entrance animation. They're the very first character to do that. Super cool. We saw it earlier. I love it so much. It is a great animation. I saw people complain about it relatively recently. I was like, what is going on? What are you talking about? How could you complain about it? But they do get stats for the first 7 turns from the character's entry, as well as getting the additional key per key sphere, which I actually did not realize was restricted to 2 turns. I thought they just had that forever. So it's kind of interesting actually that they don't. I did not know that. I was not familiar with your game. I mean, it's negative game, but I was not familiar with that. But of course they get the 1 turn of guard. We're hoping they get much longer guard than that. We're hoping they get multiple turns of guard for sure. That guard is very, very essential for them. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. So they get 120 to stats, key 1 per key sphere, critical hit plus 7% per rainbow key sphere obtained, the additional super when key is 20 or more, and attacks effectiveness all types when key is 24. I'm thinking this will probably change to like just crits at 24. That's not even like an insane thing to say because that's literally what the year 6s have, is crit at 24. I'm still thinking we're getting an additional super probably at 20, but I could see us having other additionals built in here. I'm thinking we're not going to get critical hit per plus 7% per rainbow keys are obtained anymore. Or maybe we're going to get extra something else on that, because if they get guaranteed crits at 24 key, they're probably not going to get that anymore. Obviously, extra stats. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some sort of damage reduction or dodge. Maybe because they're the dodge-based one, maybe they'll get guard and dodge here for the beginning, and then the Super Saiyan 4s can get damage reduction and guard and stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking. Now they have, I mean, arguably some perfect transformation condition, which is just starting from the 4th turn. They, you know, we like that for sure. That means if you get them turn 1, you can just float them off, transform the next time they come around, or if you get them turn 2, next rotation. It's pretty perfect. I'm hoping that the new characters, like the 10th anniversary, have transformation conditions as easy as this. You have a choice. You can make them stop stacking early, transform, a million categories, a million stuff, super duper cool. And then of course they become the L Art Tech Blues. Now these guys, aura to the max. They get massive raise, 100%, greatly raised for 1 turn. They have the attack break. Was that the first time attack break appeared? I'm actually not 100% sure, but definitely really cool. They get the key, they get the stats. Now they get the critical hit chance and evasion off of Key Sphere now. Attacks affects all types in 16 or more. Additional super attack at 20. 30% chance to do a crit, 30% chance to evade. But the big thing was this is when they actually transform into Gogeta, do big attacks. All attacks are crits, 50% or less. This one is a killer. They stack. They could drop a nuclear bomb. They're definitely interesting. The skeleton is there for sure. We're up against a Tech Cell now here. It's been very easy clears so far, but I'm seeing the vision. If they just stack super hard in their base and then you transform so that they are just like some of the best units in the game, they're pretty simple. That's what we had before. Just give them a bunch of the extra modern stuff that we have now. More guard, more dodge, damage reduction, yada, yada, yada. I kind of see the method of, obviously the gods or the Dodgers and the Super Saiyan 4s have the damage reduction. I say add that to their base kits as well. Just make the super attacks better and stuff. Sometimes it's that easy. If I had to design their kits, that's pretty much what I do, and I have a feeling that's pretty close to what we're gonna get there. Very exciting. Like I said, I don't know if there's a more, I mean, are there a more beloved anniversary set of headliner anniversary characters than these two? The way people talk about these two, the gods of the 4s, they talking like, oh, they are talking legendary status, and I agree. One of the best anniversaries ever, for sure. Just great character choices. Entrance animations look great. Wonderful, active skill. Everything about them is great. Great voice. Wonderful kits. And this, of course, was the beginning of Red Zone content, which is, of course, our modern content. Our first, 200% leaders. All these different things. I mean, they blew it out of they just blew it out of the park. All right, let us focus more on the challenge part now. That is the wrong clear. Let's focus more on the challenge part now. Let's get our 2 clear stars. Let's move on to Goku Black. Let's lock in, I guess. Now I do want to say I'm sorry, I guess, if you wanted to focus a bit more on the gameplay section of this video. I do want to say that's not the gameplay section. If anything, starts now, but that wasn't necessarily the intent of this, because I kind of imagine it's going to be pretty easy. I find it interesting for a couple reasons. Of one, looking at a full year's worth of characters to see how much better the team has gotten, to take a look at the year 7s because they're easy Angless celebration, and that's really fun. To take a look at a video I did a year ago and compare quality wise how it was, which is one thing I want to say is definitely quality wise, obviously better mic. We have a webcam now. The footage is probably pretty similar. I feel like the way music's integrated is definitely better now, if I even had any before. That's something I should check, actually. I think I just used the Dokkan sounds and music in the background as what I had there, which isn't bad either, but I do prefer having actual music in the background. different stuff like that for sure. I don't know. It is a little interesting to me just to take a look 1 year later. I will say one thing that's definitely different is the confidence. Before that was, you know, I was making videos that only tens of people saw at best, and suddenly that was a video that 5,000 people saw. You know, it's a little, you know, it's a little crazy. It may not sound like it, but it is a huge difference. It is a huge difference. It really is. Now I am very interested, you know, obviously I wasn't live streaming that time. I didn't start live streaming for a while. I made that one on a rinky dinky little laptop with a crappier mic, part of it headset mic. I was still using DaVinci Resolve at that time. I still use it now. But just to give you an idea of how bad that laptop was, I was not able to do playback on my video at all while I was editing it. So I had no idea really how the edits were gonna look until I was done with them. So if you're wondering exactly how scuffed stuff was before, now I have a nice, you know, over $2,000 PC that is excellent. I adore it immensely, but let's just say things have changed. Very much for the better. I will say still, maybe I'm still getting used to the webcam part of this, but the rest of it, I'd say after 1 year, I'm pretty used to it. I'm pretty used to it. I'll say it. All right. Now, I imagine Goku Black has to be dying pretty soon here. I feel like there's no way this guy is holding on as hard as he is. I'm going to pull up the stage's stats. I didn't do that earlier. I usually do this. I didn't think I really wanted to, but I think it's actually really good to compare and contrast. Because in case you guys forget, I know you guys aren't forgetting, because they showed off the Vegeta Story Red Zone banner, and front and center, same pose as Zamasu is in this banner. He is standing there elegantly, and he's a terrorist. His harm on the Dokkan community has not been forgotten. Everyone's talking about him like everyone's talking about him like he's Hitler, bro. It is kind of crazy. They are pulling out everything to talk. The Dokkan community hates this guy. What can I say? All right, I'm going to do this. Obviously, I'm just a little bit worried about the tech gods back there. Now, these ones do still have their guard, but I don't think it really matters too much. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now I'll grab this. I'll do that, and we'll do this. So Beast Gohan's taunt, very useful, obviously, for a situation like this. Believe it or not. Now, let's pull up the stage stats. Some of these, you know, Zamasu, they consider him a terrorist. I don't even blame them. He's still, honestly, like, if you're running modern units, you're not going to die against him, but he's still kind of a bullshit designed boss. Zamasu himself having 500k AoEs turn one right away. Oftentimes, I've only seen it outside of attacking slot 1 like 4 times. Usually it's always slot 1 right away, hitting all your units before they get attacked. It literally just cut off 99% of units that you could use in that fight. It's kind of insane. It's kind of insane. But this one, for example, so we're fighting against this in Goku Black, 55 million HP, kind of not a lot actually compared to what we get nowadays. Nowadays we get some pretty crazy HP values, but 600k normals, yet again, not something crazy. But he does have a super attack that does raise his attack and defense. He gets a 30% raise to each, which is pretty crazy. I do think that puts him over a 2 million super attack here. Obviously he's immune to all debuffs. He's got a 80% chance of super, but only 1 per, and he does have a cooldown of 8. So not the worst for sure. It's not until the next stage that you get to like true terrorism. You get to some bad stuff for sure. All right. Ooh, we could transform. I'm gonna do that. We're gonna watch this quick, obviously, because it's the GOAT Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. How could not Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? What am I saying? I was looking at them. I actually do want to transform with them, but we're not gonna watch that one. Let's watch them turn blue. Oh, brother. They do it so good. Like, they look so good. They do such a good job with this. It's kind of crazy. Do we watch Gogeta as well? I don't see why not. Let's just go right into Gogeta. But the full transformation they do. Oh man, Goku's like hair transformation they do. They kind of replicate the movie a little bit. It is kind of insane to say, you know, taking a look at these animations in game here, you definitely can tell that they are a little bit older. I will say that generally, I kind of still think that, you know, some of these older units, like MUI Goku and Evo Vegeta, they are very good overall, great looking animations, just complete. Same with Namek Goku and Full Power Frieza. Same with these guys, but even then, there's some things where I'm like, oh yeah, that shot still looks a little old. Like, you know, there's still improvement to be made overall. Like, I mean, we compare like this stuff to what our Daima, like Daima Goku and Glorio, because they are literally perfect in every animation, just easily. It's just interesting to kind of look at the comparison. All right, let's watch Gogeta time. Ooh, Gogeta time. We're gonna start seeing this all the time nowadays, guys. I mean, yeah, also a very good animation. I don't know about like one of the best in the game. Definitely not. I would say they were just eclipsed later in that year by Beast Gohan. 100%, no doubt in my mind, because Beast Gohan just looks so insane. Let's just do him since he has type advantage and everything. I'll do you. All you really need the Rainbow Orbs for is just Ki. Let's give them the 4 Rainbow Orbs because they get, you know, a bunch of extra stuff off of it here. But it still looks really good, and the OST that they have for those is also crazy. They have a great OST. Dude, the Super Saiyan 4's intro animation OST goes so hard. I love them so much. Both, I mean, they are some of my favorite units of all time. I think you ask a lot of players what some of their favorite anniversary units are, and there's a good chance that they say these guys. You know, their kits, their animations, they introduced 200%. It's great anniversary content wise. I just think they're awesome, and I think a lot of people think that, and I think 10th anniversary is never going to be eclipsed with these guys EZAing with 3 LRs per part to a max of 6 LRs, to tons of super EZAs, to tons of EZAs, to everything represented. I'm okay with that. I heard Truth in a video very recently just go, how are they going to eclipse this in the 11th year? And I don't think they will, and I think that's okay. When we go to 11th year, I want to go back to 4 LRs. I'm going to go back to a part 1 and a part 2, just 4 LRs. Just normal themes. Let's let 10th anniversary be special. Maybe if we make the 15th year anniversary, we could pull out all the stops again. If we somehow make it to 20th, obviously, but I'm hoping we, you know, have some. Let's let this one be special, and it definitely will be. One thing I do want to comment as well, with where I ended there, which is of course this anniversary being special, and obviously it is, and I think it is. But one kind of interesting aspect is, of course, the EZAs, not for this anniversary, but for the future anniversary, because every, I guess, 3rd year, they're going to be EZAing the anniversary characters. So it's the 10th anniversary, so they're EZAing the 7th anniversary. When we get to the 11th, they're going to do the 8th. When we get to the 12th, which doesn't even feel that far away, they're going to be doing the 9th anniversary characters. Like Beast Gohan getting his anniversary, he's still probably going to be, well, I don't know about used like a slot 1 character, but used as like, you know, some slot 2, slot 3 character. I don't know. He's still got his top and everything. But like to think that he's getting an EZA in the 12th year does feel kind of crazy. But what's going to be crazier is that the 10th anniversary 6 LRs should hypothetically be EZAing in the 13th anniversary, which is kind of interesting to think about. I mean, that'll be kind of a crazy one because that's It's a lot of EZAs. One thing I do want to mention is that we still do not have a year that involves Carnival LRs yet for anniversary. The first Carnival LR, and I guess we'll see how Bird and full power freeze, not Bird, and cooler EZA. We'll see what happens with that. But hypothetically, they should be getting an EZA as well during the 11th anniversary, as long as they keep this theme with having the worldwide celebration, the anniversary prior to, prior in the year of them, because it's like technically that's the worldwide celebration that leads eventually into the 8th anniversary. So in the 8th anniversary LR's EZA, they'll do Bird and Cooler. More than likely, those will be the first Carnival LRs to EZA, so we'll see what they decide to do for their leader skill. I'm very interested to see what they're going to end up doing for the year 7's leader skill. I think it might be similar to if we get a new leader skill this anniversary, which I don't think is entirely impossible. I've kind of floated this idea around here of like the Dokkan Fest probably having, I don't know if the number's going to go up. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Technically it could. I'm trying to think about how the evolution of like the 170% and like the for the category leaders ended up going, because those ones were quite a bit different. But I'm thinking we could hit like 200% to a category, very similar to a Carnival R, just a blank 200%. This category is 200%. And then some characters that get 170%, and then they could also get 30%, right? If they also reach those categories, maybe something similar like that. And then maybe Carnival LRs, now they start just getting 200% leaders, or maybe they just get, a big thing is they get extra key, or I don't know, something else to make them more unique, or maybe they just stay at 200%. Like it's just it's still good. I don't know. Hard to say for sure. Now, this guy has lost his guard, and he does not have what he is looking for here. So I am kind of wondering what I want to do. And they have that there. They actually have less links, interestingly enough, because of Super Saiyan. Okay. I will do this. I think I'll keep him. Maybe there's a world where he could kill with him there. Let's grab these. That's some healing. There's one attack in the back. Pretty much as long as they live that attack in the back, we're looking okay. I don't think anyone's really taking too much damage. Now, this is the beginning of where I would consider this fight to hit terrorist levels. Now, the thing that's annoying about Zamasu is he has a pretty high chance to super, which is 15%, recovers HP. But the big thing is he's hitting you with a 1.2 million super attack with 0 cooldown, so he can just launch it, slot one every single turn with no issue, which he did the very first time Super Saiyan Gohan took it. Honestly, pretty well, all things considered. Considering the rotation we got, he did the best he could. I'm not too mad at him. He did fine. But what the real egregious one is, of course, this one here. Seals super attacks on super. Wonderful. If that hits you pre, obviously you can't do anything. You're useless. He can do this. This Rose and Zamasu, they can do 2 supers per turn. They have a 6 cooldown. Luckily, it looks like we won't be seeing it here and hitting the Super Saiyan 4s, but they get a 30% increase on top of their sealing. So they seal, 30% increase, and then they'll seal again, whatever. At that point, you're definitely hitting slot 2 character, or slot 3, in which case they've already supered, so it doesn't matter. But then they get another 30% increase on top of that, which can make their normals hit quite hard. Double 30% can hit really, really hard. And then, I mean, does that put them over 1 million normals? I don't think so. Not quite, but close. But definitely close. And then, I mean, their super is hitting almost 2 million there. So yeah, obviously they can hit pretty damn hard. Pretty damn hard. But luckily we have, we have Beastington. So we're gonna do this. I'll do this transformation and everything as well, because why not? I figure why not. I don't know if I really want to put Beast slot 2, because there's just a good chance he could get sealed, but at the same time I don't know how much it truly matters. I mean, I guess I'll keep him slot 1 because either he just takes the 1 attack or we put him slot 2 and then he just gets sealed and does 0 attack. So we'll just put him slot 1. It doesn't really matter. The point is that the gods in the back there aren't going to be hit or anything, or it doesn't matter anyways. I mean, like I said, oh well. The seal of the super attack. That's one thing that definitely makes physical Gogeta's taunt much better. So he does have guaranteed dodge during it. Whereas Beast Gohan, he's still gonna get hit. Those pesky super attack effects are definitely gonna keep going through. Same thing with like Cell Max and his taunt. Are there any other relevant taunts? I mean, I would honestly consider Bio Broly to have a relevant taunt. I would consider him a relevant taunt, but yet again, his is just, he has a lot of extra defense and stuff like that. So three of them that are just like, hey, I'm getting hit, but then somehow the first taunt we have is still the best one, which is definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. One thing I'm wondering is the mechanics we are going to be getting for the 10th anniversary. We have obviously the tag switch mechanic. I think they call it reversible exchange, but it's just a tag unit from Legends in Dokkan, that being the Vegeta one, which is pretty interesting. But I'm wondering what else we could see. I feel like we're probably going to see a domain, standbys, active skills. Obviously, I don't even almost consider active skills to be mechanics. I just expect most units to have them. But, you know, active skill, entrance, animations, technically mechanics. But mainly I'm talking about standbys, domains, and obviously these tag switching. All right, here we are up against the terrorist. That's what we'll call him because that's what he is. Now, Zamasu here is definitely an interesting fella. We actually got some pretty good rotations this time around. I'm kind of interested to see how much they're going to take on the normal here. But they should overall be fine. That didn't fall exactly how I thought it was going to be. But they have type advantage. They're more than fine. I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about the physical trio in this stage, believe it or not. Now, I actually, funnily enough, am using this stage in my current, like, 5 most difficult unique fights in the game. And I honestly use this fight as, like, the warm-up stage. Really, the only reason it's here is, you guessed it, the AoEs. The AoEs are kind of the only difficult part of this fight. And the only part of it that's truly relevant. So that's why I put it in my unique ones, because I don't have any other ones that have AoEs. But, so it's not like it's been a, you know, oh, since the challenge ended, I've never seen Zamasu again. No, we still see Zamasu sometimes. Honestly, we see Zamasu more now than we did when I originally did the challenge. Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it doesn't feature Red Zone pretty hard overall, running through all the 200% leaders. Even when I had really good ones, it wasn't even necessarily a cakewalk. It wasn't like, we just lost against pesky Zamasu and his annoying AoEs. No, it was like, dang, we were getting cooked by Texel. It's true though, dude. I would say most characters lost to Texel. Because you want to talk about a terrorist to my challenge. It was Texel. That guy, he put in work, dude. He was putting in work like he needed to get paid, and he was a jobless bum. It was crazy, dude. He was hyper focused. I'm going to super the one character that doesn't need to get supered. I'm going to make sure you have, when your rotations start, you're going to have no slot 1 characters on your first rotation. I'm going to instant super you and you are going to die. How about you depend on 23rd World Tournament Goku to nullify the super? Oh, he didn't nullify the super and just instantly died. I hope you're ready to call this guy a bum. That is exactly how that was Texel. Honestly, I think Texel probably scarier in my nightmares than the Zamasu will probably ever be. I'm going to be honest with you. He was a true menace. He was a true menace. The amount of times 23rd Tournament Goku died to Texel it is so sad. He was getting mollywopped. It was like every time it was just boom, death, boom, death. Oh, I'm taking too much damage from normals. I'm dead. I was like, dude, that's where the arc started with my hating 23rd Tournament Goku arc started, which, I mean, that and the point that his main rival was Physical God Goku, who is my GOAT of all time, my GOAT of GOATs. And you know, so I had to rep physical god Goku by hating on 23 Tournament Goku, obviously, but that guy was dying all the time. It was so sad. It was so sad. But it is what it is. It is what it is. The characters that did reach Zamasu, a lot of them did end up getting killed, and it really was the point of we lost our continue in earlier stages. We coming on Zamasu. We got no continues. We get unlucky rotations. We get eaten by the AoEs. That's pretty much what happened most times, unfortunately. Now though, we have really good characters now. We don't really have to worry about dumb stuff like that. They get to use their taunts and their damage reduction and their guard, insane amounts of guard and all this and all that and great damage. You know, I'm gonna say it, Zamasu taking 0 damage off stuff used to matter. It really doesn't anymore, especially when you're going up against enemies like Goku and Frieza. It really he looks like child's play. Oh man, child's play. Now I know it's like, oh wow, it really looks like child's play. I mean, yeah, an event a year later, I would hope it would overall, just for the sake of why are we releasing new characters if the new fights are getting crazier? Sorry, I thought I saw something on my wall, but all I have to say is, I don't know. Yeah, sure, man. I don't know what you want me to say. I do not know what you want me to say, but I don't know. I love the Tech Gods still. They're still silly billies. Their team got a lot better. I'll be honest, getting probably the best. I don't know if I want to say the best. I'd say he's tied for the best aging LR of all time, anniversary LR of all time, Beast Gohan. Adding him to your team, yeah, that's pretty good. We have Vegeta, who's obviously boosted, and yeah, he's pretty good. We have what's his name? Physical Trio. They're pretty good. Oh, Tech Gogeta, yeah, I guess he is the best unit in the game. Maybe he's one of the best units in the game. That's for sure. Some people talk like Tech Gogeta's a bum. That's insane to me. Like, I'm not even joking. I see multiple people talk like he is a bum, and I do not get it. Like, they're like, yeah, he's not. I mean, I understand not thinking he's the best unit in the game, and I'm not saying that because I think Glory is the best unit in the game. Because if you think Glory is the best unit in the game, maybe you ate crayons as a kid. I don't know what it is. I don't want to be too mean because Glory is like a top 5 unit in the game, and he ain't 4, 3, 2, or 1. But I don't understand how you could consider him the number 1 unit in the game when he can't ever go slot 1. If you can't go slot 1, I don't think you're eligible to be a slot 1 unit in the game almost ever. I don't know, like, especially if you're running his team and you get 2 of them on one there in one rotation, the starting rotation. It's like, you better hope that one other character there's a slot 1, otherwise you're kind of screwed. I don't know. And I mean, there are cases, of course, after the first turn you don't get enough additionals, yada yada yada. He could actually get smoked if he doesn't dodge. It's not impossible. He's not invincible. No character is, but I don't think I mean, he's not invincible slot 2 or 3, not necessarily, not always, and he can never slot 1. I think that just makes him ineligible for top 1 unit in the game, but he's very good. He's the best. He's one of the best TRs we've gotten in a very long time, especially if you're ranking in the top 10. So hey, that's good. That's very good. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. 1 year around the Dokkan Sun, we have finished the Dismal Future Red Zone Edition challenge with the Tech Gods. It only took 1 year's worth of buffs and releases to do it, but it was a cakewalk. If you liked this video, make sure you like the video, subscribe for a whole more year. Maybe next year we'll wait 1 more day and do the physical Super Saiyan 4s for that one. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.